This is Jean-Claude Van Damme. And Jean-Claude's kickboxing skills are the reason you are about to make your first big money online. Now I'll reveal why that is in just a moment. But first, if you want to find out how I make over $45,345 in a single month using nothing but my home computer, and how I've built a residual income that pours money into my bank account 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, then this could be the most important video you ever see. You see, I'm going to reveal exactly what the wealthy 1% are doing online and why, when you use their secret too, it makes you 14 times more likely to succeed than regular folks just getting started with their online business. And the best part is, you don't need to be a technical whiz kid. You don't need to invest lots of money. All you need right now is the desire for the freedom and the lifestyle that building an income using nothing but your home computer can give you. Now, if that sounds like you, make sure you watch this presentation right till the very end. But before we get to all of that, I want to share with you a short story, something I've never really told outside of my close circle of family and friends. And I think once you hear this story and you get to know me a little bit better, you'll realize that if I, of all people, can bring in 5 figures a month, then there's no stopping you from doing the same. So let's get started. My name's Chad Hamzy, and I was 8 years old when I first watched the Van Damme movie Bloodsport. Man, I thought it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. At the same time, I was a little disappointed because I knew it wasn't for real and it never could be real, or at least I thought. Fast forward 5 years later, my brother brought home a video of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. You've probably heard of it. And I knew this was the real deal, and I wanted in. I knew, too, who I wanted to be like. A guy named Royce Gracie. This skinny, undersized guy from Brazil was kicking ass and taking names as the most successful guy in the cage. Now I knew what I wanted to do, who I wanted to be, and where I wanted to go. Have you ever felt inspired by a movie or a book, or maybe even a news event? You look at it and you think, damn, that is what I want to do. Well, that was me back then, and when I go for something, I really go for it. So I found the nearest gym and made it my home for the next few months. Fighting was my life. I ate it, slept it, breathed it 24/7. And as the months went by, I got better, stronger, and more powerful. I trained 2 hours a day, one-on-one with the owner of the gym, and soon enough, success started to come. My record was pretty good, and I was winning about 50% of my bouts. That's me right there. But I wanted more. I wanted to find an edge. I wanted to be the best. So in 2004, I met a guy who was a Muay Thai fighter specifically. It's a type of kickboxing, and he became my new mentor. That changed everything for me. He took all my good moves and plugged the gaps where I was not so good, you could say. People thought they had me all figured out, but I had so many new killer techniques, I won over 90% of all the fights I was in. You see, that's what having the right mentor will do for you. But even that wasn't enough for me. I knew I could get better still. So, in 2008, my wife and I decided to move to Thailand to fight there, believe it or not. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. What the heck does all this have to do with making money on the internet? Well, let me explain. You see, while I was training back home in Canada, I also worked as a business analyst at our local telecom firm. It was the typical, cubicle life, 8 hours a day on the phone, a real mind-numbing slog. I was feeling pretty burnt out, and the move to Thailand was just what I needed. It gave me the opportunity to soak up some sun, train for as long as I'd wanted, and explore an area I'd been looking at for some time. Making money online. I heard all about this internet lifestyle that you probably have too, and with several beaches within easy reach of our house in Thailand, I figured I had it made. So I started to dig in and try and work all this internet stuff out. And maybe this will sound familiar to you. I spent hours reading various internet marketing forums, bought course after course, program after program, although nothing seemed to work. And I got sucked in by the one-click apps and the push-button software that you may have as well. I must have bought them all. Honestly, I was an easy target for Johnny Guru. I even tried cranking out articles with affiliate links in them and posted them on as many sites as I could find. I built blogs and I tried to get my head around search engine optimization. I tried a little of everything, but couldn't seem to make any headway, basically. Now, looking back, I don't know if I was just young or stupid, or who knows, but my wife and I thought the cash would come quick, but we couldn't have been more wrong. I had no direction, and unlike my fighting career, no mentor to guide me. Our savings were gradually being eaten away, and it wasn't long before I started to rack up piles of debt. Fact is, I was clueless and I was frustrated. Luckily, I could pound out my frustration in my fight training, but eventually something had to give. We had to make a decision. Could my wife and I afford to continue on in Thailand, or should we return home and get regular jobs? And as often happens in life, our decision was made for us. We got a call from Canada. My dad had fallen terribly ill and he didn't have anyone to take care of him. So we packed up and headed home. As we flew out of Thailand, I was so full of concern for my dad, it never really occurred to me that I might be giving up on my dreams. But as you'll see in a moment, the family crisis gave me the extra motivation I needed to make things happen. We landed back in Canada, shacked up with my dad, and took care of him around the clock. He needed care and attention 24/7. He was going through a rough time, and so I started to hunt through the job section in the local paper. But there was a nagging feeling in my gut. I just could not get excited about rejoining the rat race. Thailand had given me a small taste of freedom, and I knew by then that I wanted more. So I made a promise to myself. I was going to crack the online code if it was the last thing I ever did. I wanted to give my wife and my family the lives they really deserved. So I got busy, but even I wasn't prepared for the 16-hour days. I maxed out multiple credit cards. My wife was tearing her hair out with worry. Fact is, I carried on, and man, I was determined as hell to make this work. Our savings seemed to sneak away while we weren't looking. Every time I checked my account, I was shocked at how little we had left. Funny how that happens. I threw so much money down the drain, my old work cubicle was beginning to look like a safe haven. And truth be told, my wife was begging me to go back to work. It was about this time that I began to wonder if anybody was making serious money on the internet. All that hot air you hear about with free traffic and SEO and article marketing, I was beginning to think, was anybody actually generating real income with this stuff? Or was it all a bunch of chump change? So I figured maybe the good stuff was hidden away. Maybe the real money-making strategies weren't talked about in the open. Squeezing the last few dollars from my credit cards, I signed up to a couple of private forums and slowly but surely began to piece it all together. I decided to focus just on one skill, and in my case, it was generating traffic. I followed the advice of some of these guys in the forums, and I slapped together my first online campaign. Then I woke up the next morning to my first commission. It was $37, and it was the sweetest $37 I ever earned. Now, it wasn't enough to make our money worries disappear for sure, but you never forget your first commission online, and it made me realize something. If I could do it once, I could do it over and over again, and the money would get bigger and bigger. Turned out I was half right. I was sending traffic to CPA offers. They're basically affiliate offers, you could say. And I was getting paid whenever folks signed up for a free offer or submitted an email or a form or something like that. And I was making decent money. Some days I'd make hundreds, maybe even a couple thousand. But other days, I'd make squat. It was totally random, and the income was not something I could depend on. After a few months of this, I realized I wasn't really building a business, and I definitely wasn't achieving the passive income dream I'd been chasing. In fact, you could say I was back where I'd started, with a job, one that I created. You don't make money, and the reason you and I are here right now is because we want a passive income, right? So I started to seriously look at what it takes to create a real, sustainable business in today's economy. And then it hit me like a bullet out of the blue. Let me explain by giving you an example. Take a look at these two businesses, McDonald's and your basic, ma and pa shop on the right there. Now, why do you think one of these failed miserably and the other succeeded? The answer is one word: franchise. When you run a franchise with McDonald's, you know that customers are going to pour through the doors, hand over their cash, and leave happy with their purchase. Now, why is that? Well, McDonald's have global recognition, a brand, and a product that satisfies customers. But their success really boils down to one thing. They've created a system that can be replicated anywhere to guarantee the same effect. The results aren't random or potluck. They're inevitable. Big difference. So I knew I needed to start throwing traffic at something that was proven to work, just like a franchise. I wanted to be able to drive traffic and guarantee a profit every single time. Now, it sounds impossible, right? Well, that's what I thought too, but it turns out the online equivalent of success certain franchises really do exist. Now, while I was lurking in these private make money forums, I became friends with a guy called Mark. You'll meet Mark in just a few minutes from now. Now, Mark explained to me that to really get out of the rat race and achieve the freedom I was looking for online, I needed to build a residual income. In other words, you do the work one time and get paid again and again for it. And what got me really interested was Mark's idea of funded proposals. Now, funded proposals are a way for you to earn money up front, which in turn pays for your advertising costs. So this means people pay you to find out about your business. Pretty cool, right? So Mark helped me put together my own funded proposal. I started driving traffic to it. A few days later, this happened to my PayPal account. And as you can see right there, that's $6,184.50 deposited from my PayPal account into my bank account in one day. That's twice as much more money than I'd ever made in a month at my old job. From that point on, I learned everything I could about funded proposals and growing a residual income. I started to generate leads, got paid for doing it, and then had a list of people to market other opportunities to, and started to build residual income streams. And that's when the 5-figure days started to happen for me. Let me tell you, if you've never had that kind of money day before, it's a strange feeling. I remember thinking, this must be what it's like to be rich, to have more money than you've ever dreamed of, to not have to worry about bills or rent or expenses, and things were about to get even better. In early 2012, I broke my own record. This time, I made $37,115 in a single week. It's the closest thing I found to a perfect money-making machine. Here, let me give you an example of how these funded proposals could work for you. So here's what happens. When a visitor comes to your landing page like this one, it's just a basic lead capture kind of page, they fill out their email address, and you immediately get a lead. Then they watch a video, and if they buy the product detailed in the video, you earn a 50% commission. Now, if that customer then signs somebody else up to the program, you get a further 25% commission. And there is no limit to the number of 25% and 50% commissions you can earn. So you're probably thinking, well, that sounds great, Chad, but where do I find something like that? Well, here's the cool part. Are you ready? We've created one for you. And it's all set and ready to pull in commissions. Plus, we got a bunch more offers for you to pick and choose from, which will help you start generating your own residual income streams. Now, why would we do that? Well, when you see success with this system, so do we. It's a win-win. Now, it's in our best interest to make you a roaring success. You see, the system and all of the offers we put together for you follow our guaranteed to work blueprint. It's kind of like running your own big name fast food chain. You know it will make sales. All you need to do is get people through the doors. Or in this case, drive traffic. And we're going to teach you how to do that too. We call our system New Economy Franchising. And we'll show you how to do 3 crucial things. Number 1, create a list of hot leads and get paid to build that list. Number 2, how to promote additional offers so you can build your own residual income. And number 3, you're going to develop your own funded proposal for fast cash and expand your business into high-ticket products. Now, over the last few months, Mark and I have been teaching this system on an individual basis, one-on-one coaching, if you will, and our students have seen great results. But we began to realize there is no way we could teach everybody on an individual basis. It's way too time-consuming. So over the past 6 months, we've put everything we know into a private membership area. And in a moment, I'll show you how to get access. First, here's a taste of what's inside. We've split the training into 4 main sections, each with a bunch of modules. Everything is laid out in bite-sized pieces with easy-to-follow videos so you can be up and running, earning as soon as this afternoon. First up is the starter stack. In this section, we explain the foundations of the system, and it's here you'll realize we've done all the work for you. You simply have to follow our simple instructions and plug in the proven marketing materials we've provided for you. Plus, we reveal how to use funded proposals and how to let them pay you to drive traffic. On top of that, we'll give you our favorite residual offers to help you kickstart that passive income. These are offers that we're promoting ourselves right now. All you have to do is plug them into the system we give you. Next up, you'll get your traffic power. This is where you get the fruits of my labor, everything I've learned over the years when it comes to generating mega mass traffic. I've driven over $1 million worth of traffic and several millions of clicks in the process, so you could say I know a thing or two about getting eyeballs to a page and making bank with them. Now, you get the cream of that knowledge. We'll cover going direct to sites, doing media buys, Facebook ads, solo ads, you name it. And please don't be scared because it's all dead set simple when you know how. But after driving that traffic and capturing those leads, you need something to sell them, right? Well, in section 3, you'll uncover residual power. We'll show you how to develop your residual offers so that you become the go-to person. Everything changes because you become the hunted, not the hunter. That's when the big residual money starts to roll in. Month after month, like clockwork, the cash just hits your account no matter what you do. Go on vacation to outer Mongolia for a month and the cash still flows in. Because that's why we're in business, right? Residual income is a beautiful thing and you're about to see why. And there's one more piece to the puzzle. In the final section, we teach you how to turn pro with business power. How to turn this entire system into a proper business that pays you for life. A cash generating machine that can provide you with everything you desire. And please don't be put off by the word business. I know it sounds like work, but remember, we've done all the work for you. These are the same tactics, techniques, and strategies that let Mark and I wake up each day to results like these. And these are some leads that have come into our lead capture account. You could see one day is 167 leads, 396 total, another day 698. So these are the kind of results we get. And the leads roll in and the commissions pile up. So once you put the system to work for you, it happens almost automatically. So just check in each day or so to maintain the system. It practically runs itself. Minimal interference needed from you. In fact, don't interfere. Don't even think about it. The whole point of New Economy franchising is to give you a proven system. You don't have to tweak anything or add in your own ideas. I mean, you can if you want, but there's really no need. This is time proven to work, and that means the internet lifestyle so many people talk about but fail to deliver is within your reach for the first time, which seems like a good time to talk about price. Now, as you probably know, regular franchises start at about $25,000 and they go up from there. Our coaching students each paid more than $1,000 to get access to this content, and even they said it was worth way more than $1,000. Now, between me and you, I'd say each training section alone is worth $1,000 easy, because it gets you to the point I'm at in my business where my six-figure income is growing steadily with little input from me. So $4,000 for the entire system is cheap. But you don't have to pay thousands of dollars right now. If you're watching this video, you're not even going to have to pay $1,000 or even half that price. And at $497, it would be a screaming bargain. No, take action right now while this video is still live, and you can get in for just 2 easy payments of $97. You'll master traffic generation and combine it with the funded proposal system for quick and easy cash. Then you'll grow that income by selling high-ticket products that we create for you. It's the perfect system. You see results fast, and then you grow that income. The sky's the limit. And the best part is you're not alone. We're not just going to give you a bunch of materials and leave you to fend for yourself. Nope, we've got your back. When you get access to the private members area, Mark and I will be there to help guide you along the path to pure passive income. Now remember, each training section of New Economy franchising is worth an easy $1,000, but you can get access to everything for 2 easy payments of $97. Now why so cheap? Well, it's simple. We're running a limited time test. We want people like you to take our system for a test drive and report back with your results. We want your success stories, and that's why we can afford to offer full access to the program for such a low price. But this is only for a limited time period. And like Kaiser Soze from the movie The Usual Suspects, it could vanish into thin air at any time, so don't hang around. Seize this opportunity tight with both hands. Look at it this way. You can spend months, maybe even years of your time and tens of thousands of dollars, just like I did, to figure this stuff out. Or you can get access to the New Economy franchising system and know how to make 5 figures a month and beyond right now. So hit the button below to get started today. And just in case you have any doubts, just to make sure you're totally comfortable with your decision and so there's no risk on your part, when you get instant access to the members area and you discover all the income generating content such as the traffic modules where you discover how to direct traffic to any web page for fast cash, the funded proposal section where you can literally build an autopilot income almost overnight, and the build a business tutorials where we show you how to turn your income streams into a professional endeavor you can depend on, you'll also be covered by the New Economy franchising no hassles 30-day money back guarantee. So if you work the program for 30 days and if you aren't completely blown away by the value of the cash pulling content, we'll demand that you request your refund. You have nothing to lose and all the risk is entirely on us. So if you're not thrilled by all of that, and if you're not making money within 30 days time, we demand that you request your refund. If you're not happy, neither are we. And that shows how confident we are that this membership is life-changing. To take advantage of the no-risk guarantee, just go ahead and click the button below, and for the price of a Starbucks a day, you'll get access to the entire New Economy franchise system. Fair warning that this page will not be here forever. In fact, once we reach 250 members, we're shutting the doors tight. So don't be surprised if you come back tomorrow and you see a big sold out in place of this video. That's why I urge you, hit the button below. Now remember, there's absolutely no risk because you're protected by our ironclad money back guarantee. And you can look forward to guaranteed income using our unique online franchise system. So click the button below and you could be earning as soon as tonight. Talk to you soon and see you on the inside.